I'd like a comment on the Hindi film industry because, the number of films that we make every year, but there's barely any that we explore in this genre. Like, we hardly see murder mysteries coming through from Bollywood. We focus more on, say, comedy. Comedy we get a lot. We do a lot of romantic films a lot. We also do a lot of action films. In the recent past, we've done a lot of action films. But there's barely any murder, like core murder mysteries that we do, just like me. Why do you think that is the case, even though audiences love this genre? So why do you think that is?
I think the way, like, I think we don't do, like, I think now, I think we're getting more into genres because otherwise, you're right. I think our genres are mostly action, comedy, rom-com. I think these are the three, and there is some bit of thrillers, like also the thriller genre, it's not that much. Like, I mean, the thriller. So I feel like thriller and all that stuff, that's why you see now on OTT, you see shows and stuff like that. So the thriller genre, which actually we also enjoy. So I think, but I think, like, for example, in our industry, the genre comes from the directors. Like, we like Sanjay Leela Bhansali films, we like Karan Johar films, so I feel like now I think we're in that sort of a transition phase. I feel like because now the streamers have come, now the genres are becoming more like, because the horror is suddenly becoming, also there are multiple like horror things, then horror comedy. So I think like murder mystery is then like, I mean, I just wanted to write it and then I realized, oh yeah, we don't do that much. But I just think that maybe it's because, I feel like maybe because the way the films work, like, हमको drama भी चाहिए, action भी चाहिए, गाने भी चाहिए, so that was really our storytelling rhythm, wasn't it? But now you're able to tell a story for the story. Like, I mean, in a Neeyat, like, nobody said, par gana kahan hai? Nobody's talking like that anymore. And I think that is changed because, and so even in our action films, we have like songs and a romantic song and a sad song and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that storytelling, our storytelling modes have changed, I think, the last 3-4 years, and therefore I think people are trying different genres now, and audiences are also more open to it, is my understanding.
You always have Vidya in mind while casting for the lead role?
Well, we did write the story first and the script, and while we were doing that, we did think that, like, Vidya would be amazing, for this character. And so when we pitched to her, she enjoyed it and she loved it. So so I think she was the first person to come on board.
Does the character inch more towards Sherlock Holmes-ish, or is it more like Benoit Blanc of Knives Out?
I think it's neither. I mean, I think she's more of a, I think she's not a classic detective as such. So I think, she's not like, so I think she's more of, I think she's more introverted. And usually we always see detectives to be like these extroverts and like whatever, and snazzy. So I think exactly. So, and mostly male. So we just thought it'd be fun to kind of like, turn it on its head. And then actually not every detective has to be like, extroverted, right? Like, many people are not. I mean, so I think it'd be interesting to see someone who's like, she was not there to. So I think that's really kind of to find a different angle to a character of that sort of the archetype we've seen many times before. I think the rest you have to watch the film. I can't say much.
I get that, of course. I'll have to see it for me to say that whether this is a totally new character or not. Yeah, but then, there have been so many comparisons of your film Neeyat with the likes of Knives Out, because obviously we've seen Knives Out very recently. There's been 2 parts of it, and we've just come out of COVID, and there was nothing, like, of course there was a lot of content coming in, but Knives Out Part 1, Part 2, the Glass Onion one recently, both of them very solid in their storyline and, the mystery element that it had. So eventually, now that we have a desi version of Knives Out, I mean, I'm just saying it, it's not.
I totally get it. I mean, honestly, like, when we started writing it, like, I think Knives Out 1 had come, but, so, but then when we write, like, but I think it's slightly different. Like Knives Out one, so obviously, we wrote it and we shot the film in June. So by the time, like we hadn't even, like, I didn't even know Glass Onion existed when I shot the film. So obviously, it just so happened then Glass Onion came in December. So, I just feel like, you can't escape these kind of comparisons because people, kind of like they want to understand things through references, and I think it's a social media phenomena now. Everybody's like, "Haan, ye to aisi hai, wo aisi hai," and I just do think, there's just so much that we all like saying, "Oh, like if it's like that, do I want to see that again?" So I don't think the audience has so much choice now. That I agree that you have to convince them to say that no, it is an original story a lot more than you did. And of course, it would have been great if Glass Onion hadn't come in December. But what do you do? So I'm not going to so I just feel like you just have to embrace it. I think every murder mystery is its own story.